Good.
Oh,
There we go. Hey, everyone.
Hello.
My name's Abel. I've been doing this for the better part of 16 years now. Not the actual speedrun itself, but playing time trials now. I've got two of my good friends here, TB1 in commentary, and Marcus Frenier. They've been good friends of mine for a long time. This is Mario Kart DS 32 tracks. Every track in succession, with a lot of tech shown off, so I think we're ready to go. So if you could do the honors to press the, I think it's that one right there?
Yeah, I guess.
Okay, countdown, 3, 2,
Two,
1, go. Okay. So I'll explain real quick. Big Rate Circuit is the sort of sandbox track for a technique known as, ready, hit the wall there. For a technique known as snaking, which is consistently boosting from left to right, like this in quick succession. And it allows you to go pretty fast. One other thing to do with the run is that it's incredibly RNG heavy. So you're going to be pummeled a lot with items, red shells, blue shells, and whatnot. See, I'm getting hit now by Daisy.
Yeah, and sadly, Abel didn't have an item to protect himself.
Yeah.
So he couldn't really avoid that red shell. And now he has a fake item box. This is also not the best item for such a run, because the red shells can also, just cross through them. It's not a good protective layer.
Yeah,
So
that's right.
Hopefully you're going to get something better. Yeah, a banana is much better.
Banana this time.
So yeah, I'd like to mention that there is 16 new tracks and 16 of the retro tracks that they've brought back from previous iterations of the series. So there's tracks from SNES, from the GameCube, Double Dash, and Super Circuit, and what was the other one? Can't even remember.
You mentioned the GameCube one, Super Circuit, SNES, and...
My brain's
that's it.
just frozen right there.
I think that's it.
So that's
Yeah,
the
nice
first
one.
track done.
Good first track. Good first track. One red shell, but no shock, so no massive time loss because of RNG. And now we're heading to Yoshi Falls. A shorter track where we have to be careful not to fall at the start over here.
Yeah, and you mostly want to keep to the right side of the track and hop over the falls right here. I guess.
Yep.
Except for the middle fall, it's a really big fall, and you will be pretty much carried by the water if you go there.
Exactly.
Yeah,
that's why
this waterfall right here. Yeah, we don't go there.
Yeah.
So this track also has a huge egg in the middle. I'm not sure if it's visible right now. Oh,
Yeah,
there it
that
is.
one.
There we go.
It is, yeah. So yeah, it's been, in many different times when you play this on time trials or online, you just fall at the worst moment and it just ruins your run.
Yeah,
there.
especially right here.
Yeah, but now it seems to be quite good. Again, no massive RNG.
Yeah, relatively okay.
Excellent run.
Anything that's under 50 seconds is pretty decent for a speedrun like this. So now we're moving on to Cheap Cheap Beach. It's a track that has water cycles here coming up. So it's really important to get a good pace, or else you end up in lap 2, I believe, with a really high water level.
Yeah.
Yeah,
you
the
guys-
water level he's talking about is right here.
Yeah.
And that's not ideal if I hit that, but we'll see if we can squeeze
It's
through
okay,
on lap 2.
not such a big time loss. So yeah, there the water was low enough so that Abel could just get through it. One thing to mention as well is that he's using Dry Bones as a character.
Yes.
This is the lightest character in the game, and the purpose is precisely to be able to go as fast as possible through these off-road sections. There's
Yes.
going to be a few other such sections as the run progresses.
So let's have a look and see if the water level's okay. It should be fine.
Yeah, I think you're good.
Actually
Just
got
avoid the
the-
crab and avoid the
yeah.
fish. All good.
That's all good.
Yeah.
Going off-road is pretty much the only thing in the game that is weight dependent.
Exactly.
Other than that, it's pretty much the same for driving any character in the game.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
There's no difference theoretically speaking. First shock of the run.
Yes.
Uh,
Lightnings typically are automatic 6 seconds of time lost.
Yeah, that's the worst. And at least it happened in a place where it didn't ruin your run too much.
Yeah.
Sometimes it just happens, just before you take a jump.
If you would have been shot here, for example, in
Yeah.
the water, it would have been a lot worse.
Here the water was very high, so
Yeah.
you had to go through, across. I mean, around instead of across.
Yeah, it would slow him down enough that he couldn't be able to chain meter
Yeah.
turbos right there.
Okay, small wall hit
Let's
again,
just
but
finish this cleanly
nothing
here.
too major.
Okay.
Nice.
So we're almost done with the Mushroom Cup.
Yeah, only one track to go for Mushroom Cup, which is going to be Luigi's Mansion.
Yeah, based off the game, obviously, Luigi's Mansion. This track has several sections. Mansion section, and then a little section outside, which has very slippery terrain, very difficult to navigate around.
Yeah.
I could have gotten a cleaner bounce
Yeah,
there, but that's
here
fine.
the ideal thing would have been to bounce a little bit beyond still.
Yes.
So that Abel could have had an easier turning, a sharper turning without time loss.
One interesting thing that I want to mention on the, because this is 150cc, for the 100cc class, you can actually do a technique called prolonged rocket boost, which stands for, which is abbreviated to PRB, and that allows you to basically cut through sections of the off-road,
Much better jump here.
which
Executed.
without losing any top speed.
Yeah.
And that's something that will be showcased.
Yeah,
hopefully later on.
hopefully
Yes.
we're going to see that in a few races from now in several locations.
Not so much for the Nitro Cups, but more in the Retro Cups, I would say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And here's another section where you get slowed down by the mud.
Yeah.
So again, here
Very
relying
slippery
on
part.
dry bones is a good choice. And another thing is that Abel is using Egg One as a cart.
Yes.
It's one of the main carts that people use for time trialing the game, but it's actually not the fastest one. Another shock. However, it's easier to control compared to Poltergust and the BLS, which are the two other big carts that go a little bit faster, but that are also a little bit harder to handle, especially with items. Probably they would get slowed down much more by strong items.
Yeah, they're also worse, like going off-road as well.
Yep,
those cards.
indeed.
So the Egg One is a better all-around card, I'd say.
Yeah. And we've got the first cup finished, 6 minutes and 20 seconds. So this is only
Quite
10 seconds off the world record split, so it's actually quite good.
So right here, I'm going to try and perform this technique that I was mentioning just before.
Yeah, you can see Abel here is still on PRB. He had a very nice... yeah, he managed
the wrong
to do
way.
it, but then drifted the wrong way. So the way that happened is that he pressed A at just the right time during the starting countdown. And so it enabled him to carry on his initial boost. And as long as he would keep on emptying without losing or missing an empty, he would carry on this starting boost and he would be able to continue and cross off-road without being slowed down.
Yeah.
And you saw that when he purposely, of course, to demonstrate this, missed an empty in the middle of the sand section, then he lost PRB.
Yeah, then he wouldn't be able to carry on the start boost
Exactly.
thing.
And just for reference, MT stands for mini turbo.
Yep, right.
And ooh, perfectly placed banana there.
Oh, yeah, you won't
I
be able to
couldn't,
dodge that.
Yeah, I couldn't dodge
Sad,
that.
yeah,
But
that's,
that's
tough
one
luck.
other thing in the game that you can do. You can dodge blue shells just by charging a mini turbo and releasing it at the right time and hopping out of the way before it collides with you. But I got awful timing there, hit by the fireball.
Yeah, anyway, you were in a tough section for a blue shell dodge, I think,
Yeah.
with these very sharp turnings. Oof.
Ooh,
That was a very close call. These pokies are
yeah.
no fun.
The fireballs here are usually big trouble, but
Yeah, you did.
okay.
You handled that very well. Nicely
Yeah.
done. Nicely
Okay.
done.
If you don't mind me chiming in, we have a ton of support coming in from the Mario Kart DS community. If you would like to hear it,
Yeah,
Yes,
maybe we
please.
could read some donations. Yeah.
yes.
we have $150
Wow.
from Puddings
there we go, puddings.
saying, "Hey Abel, so happy to see our favorite game at ESA. Hello to Marcus and Thomas on the couch and everyone playing Mario Kart DS around the world. Snackin' is Justin."
Indeed.
And we also have $50 from Marvel Girl 186 saying, "Good luck, Abel. May the MRNG be with you."
Thank you very much. Okay, so right there, I did a bit of PRB there.
Yes.
It's not as noticeable there at the end of Delfino Square. But one thing I want to add is that a player by the name of MK Dasher a couple months back, I think 2 months ago, was it, guys?
Yes.
He hit the first world record to go under 129 on this track. And the video got picked up by the YouTube algorithm. And I think now it currently has
250,000.
250,000 hits,
Yeah.
which is an insane exposure for such a community that's so tight-knit and small.
Yeah.
So it's a blessing in a way, yeah.
And greetings to David, who may be watching.
Yeah.
just now, perhaps.
Hopefully. But yeah.
One thing also about the PRB that you mentioned at the end of the lap, contrarily to before, where it was the starting boost that enabled the PRB, Abel could PRB despite having missed empties beforehand because he actually went on one of these zippers.
Yes.
And this allows you to actually regain the start boost.
Yes,
He can do it again here. You see now he's not slowed down by the off-road because he continuously executes his empties without missing a single one.
that is called PRB reset, I believe. Yeah.
That's right. Might I add, I'm playing on an original DS right here. Very coveted item. Okay, so here at the beginning of Waluigi Pinball, very popular track, by the way. Usually I'm going to go on the middle inside the cannon for time trials, but I'm not doing that here because the CPUs will push me. That's another thing. The CPUs are just so aggressive at the beginning, so I tend to stay away from them.
And what you just did here is not as easy as it looks.
No.
Like landing really nicely and directly drifting so that you could take on the turning. For that, you have to position yourself very carefully before the jump to have the right angle and also to fall at the right distance. I've tried this myself over the past few days and I keep missing it, so congrats for pulling it out so well.
Another thing that he did before was make a big jump and then land into a drift, which is pretty common when you do these big jumps. So it's better to just land immediately and start drifting. But right here, he does not do that because he wants to get a better angle for the drift.
So you see now he has this angle and directly drifting over there, double hopping around the corner. Again, very well executed. Yeah, Waluigi Pinball is a favorite for many people. Not for me, I must say, but the pinballs
I like it quite a lot.
Pinballs shattered my dreams so many times that.
Yes, that's another thing. The pinballs, obviously, they're on a cycle as well as the. Ooh,
yeah.
So you got to be fast enough there in order to avoid that pinball.
Yeah.
And a lot of the tracks, obviously, are very cycle-based. So that's another thing.
Yeah.
As was Cheap Trick Beach.
Yeah, and in such a mode where you can get hit by items anytime, you can of course lose track of where exactly you stand in this cycle. So you need to be very attentive throughout. Yeah, here the landing was not perfect, but still just a minor time loss. Nothing too big.
Well, I think I'm predicting maybe. What are your predictions? 202, 203?
I would say maybe 204.
202. I'm saying 202.
No, but you actually hit a pinball, so.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Well, I know someone who got a 157 and hit a pinball. Shout outs to him.
Yeah.
Scotland right now.
Exactly.
Oh, it's not looking so good.
203.
203.
204.
Okay.
Yeah.
204, exactly what I said.
Okay, next track, Shroom Ridge.
Oh, yeah.
Final track of the
Flower Cup.
Yep.
Yeah.
Right.
Second cup, yeah. And this track is well known for its numerous scars, which you want to avoid, like the CPUs just here. And yeah, you also have a few blind corners like here where in order to make sure that you're okay, if you're off the cycle because of item hits or a few misses, you want to check the bottom screen to make sure that you're not, hitting a car that you can't predict.
Yeah, the world record here is crazy. The player actually performs a 2-lap PRB.
Yes,
so keeping PRB throughout this whole section here, and then carrying it on to the grass patch.
Yeah,
lap
which is
2.
extremely tough, especially the last turnings. Wow, that was pretty cool.
Wow.
In between the wall and the truck, that's not easy to do.
Absolutely not.
And yeah, the sustaining PRB throughout the lap, meaning continuously emptying, not missing a single thing, despite these terrain changes, like here where we go up, and then the sharp turnings coming at the very end. This is what the world record manages to accomplish, and it's extremely difficult.
Yeah, you just have to retain pretty much max speed at all during this whole section of the track.
And we already have, I think, our third shock of the run. Was it perhaps?
I've been keeping count.
Second, at least.
We have
Second
yet to dodge a blue
Yeah.
shell as well, now that I remember.
And so for comparison purposes, on the current world record for this category, also held by Abel himself, there were only 2 shocks throughout the whole run. So you can also already see how RNG plays a massive role because every shock makes you lose at least 5 seconds or something like this. And here you want to be careful not to be pushed by the CPUs.
Let's see if I can get the swag ending here.
Are you going for the swag ending? Okay, let's see.
Yeah.
Yeah,
There we
nice. Excellent.
So it's just to get a short burst of speed there, nothing
Yeah.
special. Okay,
Yeah.
now the Star Cup. DK Pass. It's
Yes.
a track that has a lot of terrain changes.
Yeah, the uneven surface on this track makes it honestly one of the hardest tracks in the game, at least for me.
Yeah, it's very easy to make a big mistake in this track.
Yeah.
But one key thing that I'm going to do here, and it's basically to shield myself from
Yeah.
blue shells or anything like that, is to go to this magical item box, which always gives me stars and mushrooms.
Exactly.
Yes.
Now I have a star in first place,
And
funnily
so
enough.
you can, if you're attentive, you can dodge shocks, for
Yeah.
example,
Just
or
need
a
to keep
blue
an eye
shell,
out
or
on the bottom
yeah.
screen now.
Exactly. And not hit snowman.
Yeah.
You can.
That will make you lose the item immediately.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Hey, well, we got some more love from the Mario Kart community if you want to hear it.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, yes, please.
We got the man himself, MK Dasher, donating
Oh.
$20, saying, glad to see Abel run this great speed run. Hoping to see some Rainbow Road shortcut action.
Oh,
Ah, yes.
so he is the, well, what pressure is this? But
Thank you, David.
thank
He-
you very much.
He is the founder of Rainbow Road, I feel like.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yes.
He's a Rainbow Road legend and
Yeah.
overall a legend of the game
Yeah.
as well.
So yeah, MK Dasher, world champion for time trials. Amazing at any other projects he puts his mind to. SM64 tassing, Pokemon tassing, I believe. So yeah, super proficient at those things.
Yeah, indeed.
Almost fell off there, my god.
And that's okay. No massive mistakes so far in this run, but commentator's curse, of course, so something is going to happen soon. Taking this item again, just to make sure. Hopefully it's going to be yours. Well, three shrooms is not bad.
Yeah. Especially during this section.
Yeah,
It's pretty
exactly.
hard.
Yeah, you can make sure that you get it okay. Ah, yeah, there you go. That's one thing also with dry bones. Of course, being very light, you're prone to being pushed very heavily by the other characters.
Yeah. Especially by
Yes.
DK.
Yeah.
Especially when you're at a very fast pace, you basically catch the tail end of the CPUs, and if you get CPUs at the back that are like DK or Bowser, then you're in for a bad time. Let's
Yeah.
just say
Yeah.
that.
For sure.
They're very difficult to dodge, and they sort of like home into you. So sometimes you just kind of hope that you get, in this case, I think my rivals, because we got, oh, almost fell off there. We get some rivals, the first two, sorry, the second placed and third place player. So in my case, it's Daisy and Mario, I believe.
Yeah.
So it's not too bad. Here I'm gonna go on the cogwheel just to get a bit of speed.
To the left.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And since it goes the same way as you're driving, you get a little bit extra speed boost
Yeah.
from it. Yeah.
Then
right.
which cogwheel you want to ride on will depend on the time you reach the end of the lap for.
Yes.
Technically should be the right hand side one if you're fast enough on lap 2. Let's see. And here as
I-
well, you're going to go to the right hand side
Yeah.
instead of the left because of the orientation to
Yeah.
the cogwheels are.
You get a small speed boost from these wheels as well, the
Exactly.
cog wheels. Yeah.
I'm
Now
gonna
you
play
wanna-
it safe here because
Yep.
this
Yeah.
is
Nice.
a bit troubling for me.
And now you can actually empty on top.
Ah, that's fine.
Yeah, you're good for now. No fake item box hit, but no item to shelter yourself for now either. So maybe you want to grab box if you can. Just be careful with this pendulum swing also. Excellent. No hit.
Oh, there's
Oh,
a
that's
bill
the-
right
yeah.
behind you.
That's not the sound you like to hear. But fortunately you could avoid it.
Even go faster than.
Exactly. And now again on the right hand side with a last mini turbo on the cogwheel and a very nice tick
Pretty
tock
good.
clock run. Congrats.
That was very good.
You can also do the ending kind of like on Shroom Ridge, but falling off to the side there for a bit of a speed boost.
Yeah.
But it's too difficult to do it in an RTA speedrun.
Yeah.
I wouldn't go for it.
Okay, so here is a track where we may be able to witness PRB.
Yes, at least
Still
for.
has the starting boost, and now he's reaching an area, as you can see, with some dirt, and now he crosses it without being slowed down. He misses the very next empty, but it's still gained considerable time
Yeah.
thanks to this very nice execution.
This track also has a shortcut. I don't think Abel will go for it, but
And just
This-
here, you could jump, hop over the wall, right?
Yeah.
That we just passed, and gain some time, but
saves about 2 seconds.
yeah,
Or so.
but it's not easy to pull out.
No, not at all.
So we're going to see some standard driving. You have a banana to protect yourself, which is good.
hmm
Now you just want to avoid big mistakes. The last few turnings are also a little bit, to me, they've always been a bit counterintuitive somehow with the empty pattern. And there's a blue shell.
Ah,
Oh, yeah, you couldn't release the empty on time, sadly,
Yeah.
to dodge it. There you go, and the double hop tight around the last corner. Very well done. Onto the final Mario Circuit lap. Perhaps if there are some donations, we could read one or two.
For sure. We have $20 from KGel168 saying the Mario Kart Double Dash crew wishes Abel the best of luck. Let's hope the RNG will be on your side.
thank you very much.
So there he got hit by another blue shell, but since he was off-road, he was too slow to get enough speed.
There was no way to dodge that one,
Yeah.
sadly.
So we're coming up now to Airship Fortress, which is not my favorite track ever, but I did hold a fast lap world record, God knows when, a long time ago.
Yeah, at his very best, Abel actually have more than 10 world records together. He was a world champion in the game for quite a few days in 2010 at his peak. And Abel has been continuously playing actually from 2006 up to now with a small break maybe of a few months now and then. But he's been one of the most active members of the community.
For sure, for
Yes.
sure.
Yeah, I started playing this when I was 11, I think, and now I'm 27, so yeah, it's a long time. It's actually bizarre.
16 years.
I mean, it's one of these games, you know, that kicked off the online game mode of
For
the
sure.
Nintendo DS, and yeah, just like me, Abel, you were thrown in very early on, and
Yeah,
just kept playing it. It was so good.
pretty much. I'm going to try something here. I'm going to go...
You're
see if
going
I
for
can-
in between the wall and the wall. Nice, very well done.
That's
So
pretty tricky to pull off, actually.
It's very easy to hit the wall, or even worse, hit the mall.
The mole. Yeah.
You have another blue shell, but I'm not sure it's gonna.
I think you're gonna dodge it, actually.
Yeah, you.
Yeah.
I think
going
there might
to
be
dodge
some
it.
delay here.
Exactly.
Let's see if I can... Where did it go?
Yeah, there you go. Nice blue shell dodge. We can clap for that. So blue shell dodges are, in theory, unless you're in an area with some dirt, it's possible to do them in most locations 150 cc as here.
Yeah.
You play 100 cc though, as online, for example. Then you can only dodge them on slippery terrain on dedicated tracks, or if you're going, for instance, downhill, or if you're just off a jump at the right time.
Yeah. One of the bumps on Chalk Island, for example.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what's coming up? The Special Cup, right?
Yep. So, yeah, we're going to clock in shortly a little bit more than 22 minutes, which I think is quite a respectable time.
Yeah, for
so
sure.
far. Excellent job.
I think there's a very interesting tech coming up now, which is called PRB Reset.
Yeah. We briefly mentioned that.
Playing it.
Yeah.
Yes, you can... Oh, if I just remember to hold down A.
And control the cart.
Exactly.
At least you managed to get back to first without, losing too much
Yeah.
further
So
time.
here, mysteriously, you can achieve the start boost state by mini-turboing off the ramp here
Yeah.
and going on the off-road like
And again,
such.
yeah, gaining considerable time. It's actually possible to keep PRBing through the dirt here and up to the very end of the track, but this is a little bit risky to pull out in such a run. So
Yeah. And the world record also goes for the shortcut right here. But
Yes.
I don't think Abel will go for it. It's very difficult to do.
yeah, you can actually bounce off these two bigger hills
Yes.
out of the track, and then being respawned shortly before the finish line, which saves a little bit of time. And have another opportunity for a blue shell dodge, but sadly it comes just when you want to. Can you try to release? Yeah, you could dodge, but you lost PRB. Still very nice. So one thing extremely tough to do would have been to maintain PRB while doing the blue shell dodge, but that's amongst the hardest things to pull off.
For that,
Yeah.
One other thing that I could see if I can do here is the K-Mac Hill Clear Supreme.
Yeah, that's going to be for the last lap. You're
This
saving it
was-
for the end.
Yeah. If anybody's watched Keveridge's 2019 run at a different event, he went for a little tech there, which is to jump over the hill and land smoothly on the other side and start a mini turbo straight after. It's very difficult to do, and he basically, he dubbed it himself.
Yeah, that you could have dodged that one. A little bit of inattention because you had the
I
banana.
just realized I had a banana.
But that that shows how demanding this game is.
Yes.
Unlike other games where there are a lot of let's say pauses for dialogues, for example.
Yeah.
Here you have to execute empties every single second almost. Another very nice BSD. Well done.
That was amazing.
That was really cool.
Yeah.
Okay, we're not going to see the Kamak Clear Hill Supreme because of the shock, but that's all good.
Yeah, the RNG hasn't treated us very nicely.
I think, yeah.
The race.
That's a second shock on the same lap.
Yes. Well done still. And now we're going to reach one of the most emblematic tracks very soon. Well, not yet. No,
Yeah.
not yet. I'm skipping the offline tracks because I'm not used to them. First, we have Peach Gardens.
So,
Oh, nice.
yeah, it's a little hill clear right there.
Yeah,
Just
okay.
jump over the water.
So this track is quite a difficult one. For
Yeah.
example, this section, you have
Yeah.
these chomps around that you really don't want to hit.
And the chomps also have a cycle on them.
Yeah.
So it was only like recently that you could skip having to interact with the chomps in the world record. But on like earlier runs, you'd have to take a slower route in the middle section in order to avoid them. But now people have gotten fast enough to just take the middle section of that part without having to worry about them.
And believe it or not, but the world record on this track actually manages to pull out a full 3-lap PRB run.
Yes.
Maintaining the start boost from the very start of the run, despite all these jumps, all these hops, all these turnings, these chomps, these moles, which is really an amazing feat.
I don't understand how they do it. It's so hard.
Yeah, it's really impressive. Only a handful of players have been able to pull it out.
Yes.
Yeah, I've only ever managed to do 1 lap of PRB here.
Yeah.
And here we had a perfect execution of that section, which is very tough,
Yeah.
managing to double hop and then squeeze in an MT to keep the boost throughout the flower patch.
Yeah.
Which is very hard to do.
In a lot of cases, you'll just be too slow to go through that patch
Yeah.
without. Yeah, right here you can mean the turbo because he was obviously shocked.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, gotta get back on track. There you go. Now, be careful with the CPUs.
Hopefully avoiding Bowser.
Yeah, it should be all good.
Yeah.
Excellent.
All right. So this track coming up, Bowser Castle.
Yeah.
Every game has a Bowser Castle, obviously.
Yeah.
The critical thing here is to not fall off, basically. Don't fall into the lava. Don't fall off the
Spinning bridge.
spinning bridge. Some people call it the spinning cylinder.
Yeah. Yeah, it's one of the hardest tracks when it comes to, I would say, execution.
And maneuverability. Like that section right there, it's so hard to pull off mini turbos, honestly.
Yeah, so the world record here for time trials uses the Rob BLS cart, which is a very big, bulky cart, but the difference...
Yeah, that's precisely what
definitely what I didn't
would
want to
have
happen.
wished to avoid, but that's okay. You still managed to keep your MTs up, so you didn't lose as much time
Yeah.
as we could have feared. Yeah, so this track is extremely tough indeed with Rob BLS because that card, which is used for many world records, is even much thicker and bigger than Egg One. Imagine this section, for instance, with the car almost 3 times as thick. It's just crazy, and the MTs also are much shorter in duration.
Yeah, the boost lasts for a shorter time. And the maneuverability is also a lot worse with BLS.
Yeah, but for such a run with items, definitely BLS wouldn't be a good choice.
No.
It would just be slowed down too much.
Yeah, especially on the off-road tracks as well.
Do you mind if I cut in here for some donations?
No, go ahead. It's actually a pretty good time.
Yes.
That's perfect, because we have a $145 donation
Wow.
Nice.
from Framboise.
Oh, wow.
Just saying, simply, go, go!
Yes, yes.
Let's go.
And we have yet again another $100 from mkds 1992.
Oh, thank you.
Oh.
Saying incredible to see those legends on the big stage. Best of luck for the run, Abel, and keep showing the world how the best Mario Kart of all time is played the right way.
Well said. Very well said.
Very well said.
Sorry for the MKDD crew in the crowd.
Shout out to MKDD. Was it worth it to fall out into the lava with the blue shell dodge?
For the style point.
Yeah, exactly.
That was so
you
fun.
avoided it over there. Okay, and now for the finish
Now
of this
we
track.
have to actually fall off here.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Okay, very well done. Finish in the lava.
Yes, so for people who don't know, the finish line extends there
Yeah,
all
exactly.
the way across.
So you save about a second or two by doing that, yeah.
All right, last track of the Nitros.
Exactly. Emblematic Rainbow Road. with perhaps potential for a shortcut there to showcase.
Yeah,
In a little while, we will see.
at least that's what MK Dasher wanted.
Exactly. Let's see if we can make him happy. Very nice here. Some elevation sensation.
I'd like to add that I'm not going to take the shortcut this lap
Yeah.
Yeah,
because the CPUs are just too close.
yeah,
I do not want to get in their way. So I'm
Yeah.
going to do the shortcut 2 out of 3
yeah.
instead. We're just taking it safe this lap.
Yeah, always having to keep a balance between going fast and, trying to keep a hand on the possible RNG factor that can massively impair your run otherwise.
So far he's doing very well, I'd say.
Yes, indeed. And now there's a blue shell coming. This is a tough spot.
Yeah,
Yeah, that was tough. I'm not even sure you could have dodged that because
Yeah.
you had to
Uphill
jump
section.
towards the right-hand side, and the road is actually precisely balanced in the wrong way there, so that
Yeah.
you didn't have enough air time, which would have enabled you to gain speed and to dodge.
yeah.
So now we have attempt shortcut. Oh,
Ouch.
bad luck.
Yeah.
So
We'll get
here, yeah, you're gonna try that, I guess, again on last lap. Yeah, and that's typical. That's what happens very often in.
I keep pressing
in runs.
B accidentally. I don't know what happened there.
There you go. Yeah, this is something that happens a lot. You make a mistake and then you just have to reset at some point.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, it can take a little bit of a time or some time, but now you're back on track.
Yeah.
And,
And the blue shell?
yeah, RNG is not friendly
I don't
with
think
you.
I can dodge this.
I think
Yeah.
that's the best play, honestly.
Yeah.
You couldn't have dodged that one at this location.
Yeah, there are times where it's just not worth going for the blue shell dodge because then the momentum you get from the MT is too strong and it'll fling you off
Indeed,
the track.
and
Yeah.
I mean, I shall add that one important quality for such a mode is to really be able to you have to be able to stay cold-blooded and to stay cool and collected. Sometimes you just get destroyed by RNG and you can't do.
Oh no!
This is a perfect example. This is the worst. Yeah, that's being Mario Karted, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, no Rainbow Road shortcut today.
Yeah, but honestly, this is just really bad.
That's
really
so bad
luck.
RNG. Yeah,
Real
yeah.
bad luck
I mean,
there.
it's on me mostly for falling down 2 times in a row.
Yeah.
Lap 2, but yeah, whatever.
You're still getting through.
Just
at
about.
31 minutes and 40 seconds.
Yeah. Yeah.
Excellent. So we are halfway through, and you're only a minute behind the world record.
Yep.
You're still on top 5 pace in the world, which is a pretty good accomplishment.
So this is basically PRB land, as you call it.
Exactly, and you can see Abel so far managing to sustain PRB very effectively from the start.
Yeah.
So the goal is going to be to manage 3 laps if he can.
What are the easier tracks in the game to?
Oh, yeah.
Three laps of PRB.
That's good. 1 lap and a half
Yeah.
PRB is quite good for this category, I would say.
But yeah, essentially this is the PRB sandbox. We like to call figure 8 circuit the snaking sandbox. And here's where you mostly learn how to do the prolonged rocket boost.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it's the shortest track, and yeah.
There you go, almost getting to the end. And preparing yourself for what comes next.
Yeah.
Because, of course, what comes next will be the frightening mode of Mumu Farm.
It's funny, they call it Mumu Farm, yet there's no cows on the actual track.
Yeah.
Actually, that's
and
true.
there's Mumu Meadows in Mario Kart Wii, and there's cows everywhere.
Why don't you call it the Mole Farm or
Mole
like
Farm,
the
yeah,
Mole
exactly.
Nightmare? Maybe would be more appropriate.
So tell us why you don't like this stage, Abel. It's just,
This stage,
yeah.
It's a really tough one. You have a lot of the terrain is very uneven.
Yeah.
So to pull out the MTs here, also, very often you have to pull out these 2 consecutive sparks.
Right,
And
right.
because of this unevenness, sometimes you just don't manage to get the first or the second one out, and you don't even know why. Just because of a very, very small misplacement in your line.
Yeah.
So it's a very unforgiving track.
For sure.
And then you want to avoid the moles at the same time with their pattern owing to the items. That's also going to change, from a run to the next. So you have to be also very attentive throughout. So far, so good. Not to mention the items like the blooper. This is going to make the last section very tough. We can't see a thing.
Wow, he dodged the
Yeah.
banana and the green shell on the ground
Very
there.
well done, yeah.
With the blooper.
Yeah, that's
amazing.
a very nice race, honestly. Very
That was
well
very,
done.
very good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Didn't expect to get that time.
Yeah.
Excellent awareness to dodge everything.
So next up is Peach Circuit, which is, flat track, much like Mario Circuit 1. PRBable. I think there's a little technique here at the beginning.
Yes, that is the...
Yeah, I think you can explain it.
The tree hit. So the world record uses a strat where they hit a tree at the beginning, so they go a little bit closer to the corner. It's very hard to get close enough to the corner when you start so far to the left at the start line. But when you have PRB and you start the lap from the right, it's a lot easier to get a better angle.
Yeah. And this is it's very difficult to pull out properly, but it's at the very start of the run, so I mean it's still very affordable, to attempt it in any time trial attempt. Okay, now getting to the final lap there. No more PRB, but so far no massive bad luck. Yeah, nice dodge. Very nice.
And a red shell dodge as well,
Yeah, red shell dodge too.
Double. There's actually a clip of me dodging a blue shell and a red shell at the same time.
Yeah, that's pretty sick.
Ridiculous. I don't know how I got that much luck.
Very nice. That's a very nice series of races.
Next up, Luigi Circuit 1 from Mario Kart Double Dash.
Another PRB track.
Marcus has a history on this track.
I held world records on this track at one point, but not anymore.
When was it? Exactly 2008, right?
No, 2014.
Oh, sorry.
But this is also another track where you can do the PRB reset.
Exactly. So it's basically, you can reset PRB every half of the track.
Yeah. I'd say this is also one of the tracks where you can practice PRB, mainly because of the PRB resets you can do on the boost pads.
Oh, yeah.
But now he crashed, so he wasn't able to drift in time.
Sadly, Abel hit the wall just before the zipper, so he couldn't get to be drifting while he hit the zipper. Thus, he couldn't empty fast enough to sustain the boost. As he does just here, you can see he releases the empty with the boost.
One interesting fact about the PRB is that if you get hit by blooper when you're in PRB, it will disappear immediately. It will be because of the boosts.
Yeah,
extended boost from the boost pad, basically.
Okay, so here, there he managed to pull out the empty just on time.
Yeah.
The second spark after landing, after this small hop, and now he manages to PRB the first half of the lap very well. Let's see if you can keep it up until the end of the lap.
Yeah, right here, the blooper.
As you mentioned, the blooper disappearing. That's very good for us. And now a blue shell that you're going to, excellent, that you're going to dodge while managing to gracefully take the last turn. Good job.
So coming up, interesting little trivia. So if you guys know about snaking before this run, the staff ghost for time trials here is actually does a little bit of snaking themselves.
Yes. They chain quite a few mini turbos together, and they also go on the off-road sections, which the CPUs do not do that. So they program the CPUs to not go anywhere near the off-road. But the staff ghost does it, and the world record goes on the exact same off-road spots. So they basically invented the world record strats right here.
Yeah, because right after this release for Mario Kart Wii, they dumbed down the mini turbo mechanic.
Yeah.
So it's gone from being manual to being automatic from then on. But it's quite interesting to note that the developers themselves were doing snaking in that staff time trial ghost.
Yes.
Indeed. Another interesting thing, on the first lap of the Plane 1 here, Abel had PRB, but he actually released it just here.
Yes.
Because it's actually not that beneficial necessarily to keep PRBing on this particular track with Egg 1.
Yeah.
Because the turnings are very tight, so you may want to actually go for a non-PRB run, which is easier to manage.
Yeah.
This is one of my favorites, I think, both on 150 and 100cc.
Yeah, so here at the start we have a quick small shortcut that can be pulled out. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Very close. So ideally, Abel would have liked to, well, obviously not to fall, and at the same time, yeah, okay.
Not get pushed.
Ideally not that either, but that's okay. So if you keep PRB, you can actually cut this turning before massively.
Yes.
You can also do it without PRB in the following laps, as we are probably going to see. And the other snowmen are very unforgiving on this track in general.
But what's interesting to note is that
nice double hopping around the corner. That's not easy to pull off.
Yeah, this section right here, you can easily go very wide on that section.
Yeah, the ground is very slippery on Frappe Snowland, and so it's not as easy as it looks. Oh, okay. Well, you have to go across.
Yeah.
That's the right way. Excellent job. Very good awareness to see the blue shell coming and to decide to adjust on the fly, adjust the strategy, so that you could still keep a very good positioning.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, well, that's fine. Could happen at the worst moment. Yeah, that's one of I think one of the tracks where you held world records also.
Yeah.
Abel.
Yeah, this was back in a decade ago, I think, 2013, 2012.
Yeah.
So hopefully I can show off this little cut here.
Yeah, I think this time we're going to have a shot at it. So positioning and oh yeah, oh wow.
Barely. Nice.
I actually thought you would miss that.
I thought so too.
Worked. I didn't know how that worked.
Yeah, you did it in a very impressive fashion, I must say.
Interesting to know that this track is ported from Mario Kart 64, but
yes.
In the Mario Kart 64 community, they recently started doing that jump just now. So
oh yeah.
They actually stole that jump from us, I guess.
And like compared to many of the Mario Kart 64 variants of the tracks, you don't have a lot of heavy shortcuts on the MKDS variants.
Yeah, that's
We're
true.
also going to see that later on with Choco Mountain, which is boringly long compared to MK64.
So this is Bowser Castle 2. Probably one of my favorite tracks to race with the Egg 1. Definitely not the BLS in time trials.
Yeah.
Another very unforgiving track. For me, it's always been a nightmare because of what's coming here.
Yeah.
So here you have these zippers. You want to hop on top of it. Okay, this is one of the possible outcomes. And this is the Sghetto strat. Shout out to Sghetto, Miguel Rodriguez, who was one of the very first world champions on Mario Kart DS back in 2006.
That's right.
And so yeah, ideally these zippers, it's actually possible to hop over without being slowed down like what happened on the first lap. But the timing for this is extremely tricky. At least for me, it's always been tough to understand it.
Like very few people have done like a complete run with only those jumps. It's very, very difficult.
So this is another example where you don't lose so much time, but it's still not the optimum optimal strat. Let's see on lap 3 if you manage to showcase it. Otherwise, good run so far. No massive mistake.
Fairly decent.
Yep.
Very difficult to maneuver yourself around the thwomps.
Yeah.
It's one of these tracks where you have walls everywhere. It's so easy to just hit a corner somewhere and lose your whole run.
Yeah.
Lose your pace.
Yeah, for sure. Or you could easily make a bad jump right here and fall into the lava.
That's good.
Ooh, could have bounced off right there.
That was nicely executed. Yeah, this deserves some clapping.
Yeah, relatively smooth.
Yeah, pretty good run. Well done.
Yeah.
That was good.
Yeah.
Now this track coming up is Baby Park.
Yes.
Mario Kart Double Dash. The world record holder here doesn't even like the track.
Yeah.
So shout outs to Matt Utter. He calls this the circle. Technically, it's an oval shape.
Indeed. Yeah, and you have there's been quite a few different strats, right, for world records on this track.
Yeah, you've seen both the dry bomber and the egg one being used here.
Nice dodge of the red shell here. Abel checked probably the bottom screen to see from which angle it was coming and realized that he could just stay straight like this and avoid it with his own green shell.
Yeah.
And now he's executing the fastest, I think, egg one strat.
Yeah.
People have also used dry bomber, which is another. Yeah, that's
A
unfortunate.
rogue green shell and blue shell.
Yeah, okay, that was tough to dodge.
That was
after the green. Yeah.
I think DK actually threw that blue shell and just went right behind you immediately.
Vicious blue
So you had
shell, yeah.
no time to react.
Hey, do you guys mind if I sneak in here?
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
We have yet another $100
Nice.
from Dylan.
Thank you.
He says, keep going, Abel. Shout out to Fred Hay and Thomas. And then we have $5 from IMAF2 saying, hey, Abel, good luck on the run. It's so exciting to see you here at ESA. I hope everyone watching enjoys the run. Abel is a fantastic streamer, so be sure to check him out after this run. Yeah, also, hello to TB1 and Fred Hay on the comms.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And indeed, yeah, we should mention that Abel has been an avid streamer of the game, and you definitely, if this is some content that you enjoy, you definitely want to tune into his future streams for some further attempts at this category and others.
For sure.
And also, yeah, on the first lap, I saw that you managed to pull out a double hop. and to sustain PRB.
Yep.
Yeah,
And just here, you saw how Abel jumped at the on the very right side of the track. This is because the finish line has this weird angling, so that when you want to start a lap, you want to be as left of as possible.
Yes.
When you end it, you want to be to the far right as much as possible.
That is true.
I want to give a shout out to Kazan MK64, Japanese MK64 or Skip streamer. Awesome guy. I told him I'll give him a shout out for this track because he absolutely loves this track, doesn't he? Some of you might know. Yeah, he usually competes with Abney for the record in MK64.
Nice.
Some of you might know the song, some of you might not.
Yeah. You're not going to sing it?
No, I'm absolutely not.
All right, fair enough.
So yeah, what I usually do with the fake item boxes, I try to fling them out of the way, like throw them out the stage. So I'm trying to find a moment where I could do that, because if I drop one now, I'll return to lap 3 and like blatantly hit it.
Yes.
Yeah, that's
like
another
a complete
thing.
noob. Like right there, I didn't even think. I turned my brain off.
Yeah, but you know, that's because of, I think that's because of online play, because we've both been very used to playing online back a few years ago, and you know, you just unconsciously try to find a good spot to hit people.
Yeah.
But then in this particular category, you're the only one who's taking the good lines, so it's actually counterproductive. And it's tough to inhibit that behavior. Nice red shell dodge here again with the banana.
I'm just praying a CPU hit that fake item box.
Yeah.
But you know it's coming, so now you're going to be able to, dodge it, hopefully. Let's see. And perhaps the end of this track, we can also have 1 or 2 donations.
I was just about to ask, because we have quite a few still coming in
Perfect.
here. We have $25 from Charles saying, best
wow.
karting game ever. Hi, Abe.
That's true.
And we also have $5 from Rox, from a Mario Kart Wii runner to a Mario Kart DS runner. Go kill it, Abel. Also, shout out to the Super Mario Galaxy community sitting in the front row, especially Silo, who is based, unlike Gingarber.
Thank you so much. I mean, I should
Thank
say all Mario Kart communities are really fantastic. Just the series of games in general, and how people have kept so many of the games alive throughout the last few years. I mean, for example, I have Enmead and Troy in mind for MK Wii.
Yeah.
We have fantastic mkdsabel players here, like Goomba, for example, in the audience.
Yes.
And so many players on so many of these Mario Karts. I mean, I think we're really fortunate to be part of this amazing community.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah,
without
for
a
sure.
shadow of a doubt, yeah.
So right there at the beginning of lap 1, he did a little bit of PRB, but then he released it deliberately, because you would have to go pretty wide in order to maintain PRB on this track with the Egg 1.
Yeah.
So it's actually just faster to not PRB.
And the world record actually, with PRB allowed, uses dry bomber.
Yes.
Because of its very long empty duration. And another nice blue shell dodge. Well done.
Yeah, so this is actually one of probably the only track in the game which exclusively uses dry bomber for both fast lap and free lap.
Indeed.
Both
Yeah.
Yeah,
PRB and not
the issue
PRB.
with that is that the boost for the Egg one just doesn't last long enough to
No.
be able to navigate these corners.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's not the easiest track with Egg 1, but so far so good, I would
Yeah.
say.
For sure.
Almost there. The last few corners can be very difficult with, I was about to say, with a blooper.
Yeah.
Yesterday we raced together and there was a blooper on the very last corner. We just couldn't see a thing. But this time, fortunately, timing was better.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, Mushroom Bridge coming up, I believe.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Another double dash track.
Yeah, and another car-filled track as well.
Very similar to Shroom Ridge, which we played earlier. Ooh, the CPUs.
Yeah, that's what can happen. That's any single start in these tracks with dry bones. You can just get this type of push, and yeah, that's
Yeah.
unfortunate.
They can just
That's
destroy you.
punishment, CPUs.
Yeah, that's the best thing to do is to that's get revenge.
But yeah, this is exactly what Thomas said. The CPUs are relentless at the start, especially if you're in a really tight corner.
Yeah.
Especially for a track like Banji Boardwalk that's coming up. You guys see what I mean?
Yeah, for sure.
They have really aggressive starts, but then they sort of cool down after like 2 seconds.
Yeah, especially if you start off on a track which has like a tight corner, they can easily just push you into the wall relentlessly.
Of course, yeah.
Yeah.
And I might have mentioned this before, I'm not sure, but if you have really good pace on a track and you catch the tail end of the CPUs, It's a challenge to navigate around.
Yes.
I have to say.
For sure.
Indeed.
But you can't be too fast, can you?
One thing here on some of the world records, on the right-hand side there was a small mud path. It's possible to go on top and to jump back to around here on the track.
Yeah.
I think that's been executed in some world records. I'm not sure if the latest actually leverages this strat or not.
They do.
Yeah,
They do,
all right.
actually. Yeah.
But here we don't have a shroom, so perhaps with PRB on lap 1 it's possible to pull out, but it's not easy. Also
No,
with the
absolutely
CPUs,
not.
And yes, so far quite a good run still. We're reaching the final Grand Prix, the last 4 races.
Yeah.
With a very unforgiving track here.
Yeah.
Coco Island with its plants, and there was a very, very frightening part in between the plant and the wall. Very nicely executed. Able chose to release PRB to focus on properly taking the corner.
Taking these corners on full speed is hard enough,
And
honestly.
also another thing that he just did may seem like nothing, but these small hops that you saw, it's so easy to hop, but to still, you know, lose time because you're not perfectly hopping on top.
Yeah.
So that was also very well executed.
Yeah.
So far, it's quite clean for a non-PRB run. I must say, no item hits. And let's see if luck continues in this third lap over the. Oh,
Good dodge.
barely avoiding that banana. And now with the CPUs, you don't want to be pushed to the plant.
This is what I mean. Look,
Yeah.
they're all in the way, especially when
Actually,
yeah.
that shock is not so bad because it gave you time to adjust with regard to these small hops and to finish the track
True.
quite well.
Yeah. So the example I was referring to is coming up now with Banshee Boardwalk. So let's see if I can dodge these CPUs here. Look
yeah.
how narrow this is.
Let's see. Yeah, exactly what can
Too
happen.
difficult. And now I'm bumping
Yeah,
it
okay,
about.
but that's good. That's yeah, okay. Let's see. Now you have to get ahead of them somehow. Excellent, very nice. And now we have to actually, I think, mention this fish, Booba, right?
Yeah. Apparently it's called Booba. I learned this today, actually, from you, Abel.
Yeah. Shout out to Bubba the fish.
Yeah.
Okay, this is a tough blooper because there was a gap there, so Abel had to jump on top of the void, you know, without really seeing so much, but did so very well. And this is another of these tracks where the world record uses Rob BLS, this very large kart that is very unforgiving.
Yeah.
Imagine having to navigate these very tight roads with all these barriers without hitting them.
Again.
It's already hard with Egg One.
Yeah, for sure.
You know?
Even harder with BLS.
Exactly. So far, it's apart from the start, I think it's a quite good run.
Yeah.
Here again, a very nice landing, and the red shell that was coming got hit the wall.
Yeah.
So very nice awareness from able to take the right line to have this happen.
That's one other thing I like to point out. The red shell AI in this game is so stupid. It's like, it doesn't make any sense. Sometimes the items get hit to your side when you have a banana, and sometimes they just like go blatantly in the other direction. So yeah, terrible red shell AI, gotta say.
Yeah, for sure. There was Boba again.
Maybe you want to give you a fake, because there's a red coming now. So let's see. Well, it may not reach you anyway.
Yeah, you're right.
But I saw Mario send a red shell. But with these turnings, like whenever there are there's a series of tight turns like this, red shells are often, if these turns happen while the red shell is getting closer, they tend to hit the walls. And now you're going to safely reach the ending.
Oh my God,
very
that
well.
Bowser's
Gold shroom almost hit you.
Right.
All right.
2 races left. We're almost to the end over here.
Okay. See if I can do this.
Yeah, so this is a very interesting track. Let's see if Abel can execute PRB on this track. So far, I mean, that's okay, that's okay. That's actually quite good. You managed to PRB the start of the lap. Ideally, Abel would have wanted to hop over the clouds and to take this Uber shortcut, called Uber shortcut just before. But you still gain some time.
And
sorry, go ahead.
The Uber shortcut that Thomas was referring to is actually it is used in the world record and it saves like 5 seconds every time. So ideally you would want to do that. But
so yeah, in an ideal run, you'd like to 3-lap PRB the course and save maybe like 15 or more seconds.
Yes.
This is what the world record does, but it's extremely difficult to pull off. Even more so with items like here, of course.
But if you have a mushroom, you can actually do it.
Also, yeah.
Consistently.
Yeah, check out the world record by mkdsabel.
Yes.
He does this in under 1 minute.
Yeah, which is really, really
very impressive.
Bizarre. Yeah.
Only person to get under a minute, I believe.
There's another player that has gotten under a minute
Ooh.
from Japan. I think we know who that is.
Yeah. Okay.
And a player worth mentioning, perhaps. Very young player.
Yes.
Yeah. Rising star in the game. Actually, there happens to be a new contender for World Championship.
Yes.
Title.
For sure.
Called Taiga. He's a 13-year-old kid from Japan who just stormed out of nowhere just a few months ago, and since then has been piling up world records at an impressive pace.
For sure.
And yeah, I just want to say this is the final course, so let's hear a big clapping for Abel, please, for the final race. Thank you.
Do you mind if I get in some quick final
No,
donations?
go ahead.
Go ahead.
All right, we got $20 from Umbro saying donation dedicated to that handsome man in the back there. Not sure who he means, but we also have $20 from Super Player saying, wasn't Jarmu Pool over there? Big shout outs to all Mario Kart community. We love to see you at the events.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
So this track again is actually ported from Double Dash. Shout out to MKDD. But it doesn't have the little tunnel section. What is it called?
I can't dodge this. It's too late.
You could have went for the Piranha Plant hit instead of the blue shell, but
Yeah.
you didn't save time.
Yeah.
Actually, I would have saved time, yeah.
Okay, now we're getting to the final lap of the run. I can see that so far, well, Abel is on pace to do pretty reasonable time, actually, I must say. So we tried actually training a little bit for this event before. Oh, there's a red shell just at the wrong time. That's unfortunate. So Abel was right here. He did not take the shortcut because he recognized that the red shell would actually hit him just before and that he would fall had he attempted it. So that's why he went around, which was the best play in circumstances.
Yes, for sure.
And okay, nice dodging of the fake box there. Now almost to the end, last few turnings. Of course, there had to be a last-minute shock. There always has to. And yeah, we're going to get mid 56 time, which is actually quite good. Congratulations! This ranks top 5 in the world, so it's a pretty impressive performance. Give it up for Abel. Thank you so much for the involvement. You've been a wonderful crowd.
We're going to stop
so
the
much.
time.
Oh, do you press this to stop?
Yes.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay.
Yeah, and
All
that's still a top 5 time in the world, despite the few extra seconds.
Yeah,
So,
for sure.
Wonderful.
Pretty much. Yeah, first and foremost, I want to give thanks to ESA for hosting this event. This is tremendous.
Yes, thank you so much.
Absolutely
Wonderful
tremendous.
event, great organization.
And
ESA! 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 ESA!
And most importantly for fundraising, obviously.
Yes.
And yeah, want to give a shout out to the MKDS players page. Shout out to you guys for coming over on such short notice, and this amazing crowd.
Yes, thank you so much, guys. Thank you.
And yeah, like I said, it's a real privilege and an honor to be a part of this. And thanks so much for having us. And yeah, shout out to the MKDS players page. Join the Mario Kart DS Network Discord, and yeah, keep. If you enjoy our game, then please check it out and keep those donations coming in. Thank you again.
Yes, thank you, guys. Thanks a lot.
Well, thank you for that amazing run. We're going to take a quick break and another intermission as we set up for Euro Truck Simulator 2. All capitals, $25%, no DLC with Shigan and friends. We'll see you right after these messages. Goodbye, everybody.